And what is going on, everybody out there? All of you beauts and beauties, it is episode number 99 of Hat Trick Hockey, which is always brought to you by our good friends over at GL Heritage, the official beer of Hat Trick Hockey. Like the merch here, boys in the merch here, just smash the link there. It'll bring you right into our store for all your sweet HTH merch. This, Rob, obviously, it's number 99. It's the Wayne Gretzky edition of Hat Trick Hockey.
I got 20 minutes to kill while you read this off.
No, I kind of made it short. So he played over 20 years, 4 different teams, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, 9-time Hart winner, 10-time Art Ross winner, 2-time Conn Smythe, 5-time Lester B. Pearson Award, and he's also a Lady Byng winner. He's a Hall of Famer. Think about it. He's won gold medals. The guy's fucking, let's face it, the guy's done everything. Shares what, like 50 something records in the league. So it's the Wayne Gretzky edition. That being said, I'll bring in Rob, my boy, my line mate. What's up, brother?
Fuck, it's been forever, eh?
It has been tough week for the boys.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that kind of first. We'll just get it. So as you guys know, you've seen on our page there, we had for episode number 7 and I think 36, we had our boy Brandon on with us. I think it was just over a week ago today. Brandon passed away. It was a long fight, man. He fought hard. He fucking did everything he could. I don't know how he did it, man. I'll never forget Brandon ever as long as I live. The guy was an absolute beauty. Loved our show, big listener of our show, always supported us and everything we did. So Brandon, we're gonna miss you, buddy. We love you. We just want to say sorry to Brandon's wife Amy and his mom Ann, and it's been a rough go for them. So we're here for you guys. Anytime you guys need us, we're here. And just forever Brandon's Army, as you can see, Rob.
Yeah, I didn't know him till we started the show, and you kept telling me about him, and through all the COVID bullshit and everything, I finally got to meet him, and I mean in person, not through our videos and stuff, but I got to meet him in person, and I told him I would grow my hair out and let him cut no penises in my hair, but he ended up coming over, and fuck, what a beauty, man. What a beauty. Like like I was reading the obituary, and it was his mom talking about I'm pretty sure it was his mom, like, but she was saying, he always wanted a Brandon's Army, like, and I'm all in on it, and I'm gonna miss him. I wish I would have got to know him more. I wish I would have got to hang out with him more, but he fought the fight, and all I gotta say is fuck cancer. Like, yeah. He was only 32 years old, and that's just way too young to go. Like, and especially like when you're such an awesome guy, right? I wish it would discriminate against people, like, the pedophiles and shit like that. Yeah, like, take those bad people. Like, take those bad people. Like, if you're bad, you're going to get cancer. Not if you're good. And he fought through, like, if you listen to the podcast, he fought through, getting hit by a car with his dog, and like,
he's a warrior, man.
Yeah.
He's a warrior. And like Brandon, man, the shit I could tell you on Brandon. But he's just fucking, like I said, he's just one of a kind guy. We are gonna miss him big time. So we love you, kid. This will always fly here now. Or right there.
If I could, though, I would like to give his wife a shout out. I don't do very well at at funerals, so I didn't go up and say and introduce myself. She was crying through everything, you know, every single person that went up there. I just watched, and what is her name? Reese?
No, Amy.
Amy, sorry, I apologize, Amy. I just want to say sorry that I didn't come up and give my condolences, but I was there, and I was supporting this, but I ever since my mom died, I don't do well with these things, and I'm more of a background, picture on the wall kind of person when it comes to that. And I stayed for my time, and I got to talk to Sacker, and like, what a beauty, and Kayla, and they had their little girl there, and it was beautiful. Like there were so many awesome people there, and like he was very well loved, and I apologize, Amy, for not coming up to you and saying, but you were so busy in the receiving line that I didn't know what to say. So
Amy's the type. I don't think she'll hold it against you, Rob.
No, but when I see her, I'll give her the biggest hug, whether it's from behind or whether she sees me coming. But she will get the Rob Sawyer hug for sure. I promise you, Amy.
So B, this one's for you, buddy. So hope you enjoy it.
Love you, B.
So, Rob, Stanley Cup Finals are here. It's our favorite time of the year. And
it's like Christmas for hockey.
And what better way to celebrate it than like the two best teams in the National Hockey League playing for the Stanley
Cup. I picked them right off the top.
You did.
Picked them right off the top.
Then let's ask you, Rob, who are you taking in this series?
Tampa Bay.
I can't go against Tampa either, man.
They know how to win. They know how to win. That's why they beat Toronto. And I honestly think if Toronto would have beat Tampa Bay, Toronto would be there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
100%.
You're probably right. But do you think the Toronto could take down the Avs?
I don't know.
You got to figure right now too, the Avs are having goaltending issues too, with like they're hurt and stuff. They're nicked up. They're banged up.
Well, that's what happens, right? Through the playoffs, you play an extra freaking 25 games basically, right? So
how about the big rig though? If he wins this, think about it, 4 straight Stanley Cups, 2 different teams. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Completely nuts. I think he'll be on a short list too of guys that have won 4 straight Stanley Cups. There can't be very many.
Back to back.
Yeah, 4 in a row.
I don't think anybody has. Oh, well, other than the 80s Islanders,
I was gonna say Mike Bossy.
Right. But like there can't be a handful.
Yeah, maybe the guys back in the day that played for the Habs when they would go on those runs there, maybe.
But remember, with what, 3 different teams or 2 different teams? 2 different teams.
This if
I don't think anybody's done that.
I don't think so either. If he wins, this will be his 3rd one with the Lightning, and then he got the one with St. Louis before he went to Tampa.
Right.
But talk about just fucking like, I'm gonna stroke him off here, whatever. But you know what I mean?
Don't forget to cup the ball.
Yeah. That guy just fucking knows how to win. The big rig, man. He just knows how to win. He goes to those grimy areas. He's fucking a huge piece in their playoff run. He'll get under the skin of the other teams. Like
tough as shit and crushes whoppers.
Yeah, he's done everything. Don't call him Fat Pat though. He'll lose it.
He'll dump one into your bench and then dump one into your bench.
That was crazy. But yeah, so I'm like, how many games do you think?
For this round?
Yeah. How many games will it take for them to win the Stanley Cup?
I think I'm going to call the first game. I think Tampa Bay wins this first game.
Yeah.
Yep. But that being said,
the series though.
Yep.
Who takes the series? How many games?
Colorado has so much firepower. Like that would have been. It would have been ridiculous if Toronto and Colorado would have went at it. Like,
so is it?
But I'll go 6. I'll go 6 Tampa Bay.
I'm thinking this is going 7 all day. So do you think for the playoffs for Vasilevsky, do you think this is going to be his biggest assignment so far, like his biggest test of these playoffs is going to be playing Colorado. Safe to say that. Cale Makar,
Yeah,
Nathan McKinnon,
I would say,
Rantanen, Landeskog, fucking Kadri, like they're stacked, bro.
Kadri's out.
I've seen that he might be in at some point. If you think about it, if you're him, are you?
I think he's got a broken wrist or a broken thumb.
But if it's the thumb, are you going to let a thumb keep you out of the Stanley Cup Finals?
Oh my God, he'll tape his hand to his.
That's
skin.
what I mean. He'll do something. He'll figure something out in order to play. This is well, obviously his first time there, right? So you're saying Lightning in 6. I'm saying Lightning in 7. So we'll see how that goes. Head coaching jobs. We've seen. So I think 2 hires. So Cassidy there, who got fired from where was he again? I'm having a brain fart. He was in Boston.
Yeah.
So he was in Boston. Boston canned him. I don't even think he didn't have a job for fucking 3 days, and he was already hired as now he's going to coach Las Vegas. That being said, Las Vegas ownership clearly doesn't fuck around. So like, do you think he's like going to get a short window?
Well, fuck, they go through more coaches than they do toilet paper in that arena.
It's crazy, dude.
Like it is. It's ridiculous. Like
I think he's
how does a coach get to build a team in a system, when you're getting rid of one, every 2 years, basically?
Yeah, pretty
right?
much.
When
they've only been around
like,
for what, 5-6 years, maybe?
There's been nobody there longer than 2 years. Maybe touched a third, but not finished a third.
Yeah, you're definitely right there.
So I don't know. I think the coach has a system and he has to work with the general manager. You have to give him time to bring fucking guys in. Like you can't just, we're not winning, out. We're not winning, out.
I like the fucking hiring though. I think he's a great coach.
It is a great hiring.
I was hoping the Red Wings.
But I heard he was a complete asshole as a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the players did not like him, but he knows how to win.
Yeah, he definitely does. And also, how perfect is this match? They're talking Tortorella in the Philly.
The city of brotherly love, right?
Like, how many fucking sound bites do you think the Flyers are gonna get out of Torts in Philly?
Oh, it's gonna be awesome! I can't wait.
Because he plays he likes his team to play that big, rough and tough style, right? So,
okay, can I make a predicament?
Sure.
Prediction. Sorry, not a predicament.
I was gonna say, what's the problem?
So, do you think that maybe Boston hasn't hired their coach, right?
No, they haven't. I think there's like 6 or 7 teams that haven't yet.
Okay. So hear me out for a second. Do you think that Boston is waiting to see what happens in the Spitfire series and they're going to bring one of their own in and bring Savard in?
That is very possible because I could see him getting a shot at an NHL bench. Think about what he's done with the Spits.
If he wins the fucking Memorial Cup, there isn't going to be a team that's. There could be a couple teams waiting for him to see.
I hope.
I think he would go to Boston
because he played there,
right?
Yeah, yeah. It's not a bad fit.
He's a Bruin through and through.
Yeah, it's not a bad fit.
I made this call. Just remember that.
Do you want to know something else?
Here on Hat Trick Hockey?
Hey, do you want to know something else kind of crazy? Isn't it kind of crazy that he's now coaching the team of where Matt Cook played? Matt Cook's the one that took him out.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of crazy too?
Yeah.
Right. He's now the coach there in Windsor, but I don't see him staying in the OHL very long. Somebody is going to offer him something juicy because he's that fucking good.
Yep. Well, look what he did with the Spitfires, right? And then what happens? I'm just
blowing smoke, but whatever.
Rumors has it that Dale Mitchell is going to go coach the Spitfires.
Oh, that'd be good too.
No, I just made that shit up.
Oh, but think about it though.
He's Dale played there. Mitchell's first year, so I was talking to the boys about it at the Meg or on the Meg Messenger, and they said first year head coach. I don't know.
I could see him 4 or 5 years, then maybe
or
doing
maybe
it.
going to the Spitfires and being an assistant and building.
Work
But
his way up.
who would the Spitfires bring in, right?
Well, Jared Smith standing right next to fucking right.
Yeah.
Jared Smith's fucking went from
coach ready.
I think so, but think about it though. So Jared went from he was the like video guy.
Yep.
So he went from their video guy, so their video coach. Now he's an assistant coach. You know what I mean? And he's been there. He's won Mem Cups and stuff too. So he's got the experience as well. So he would be another great fit unless he just wants to be an assistant. He might just like being an assistant too. So
it's less pressure. Maybe wait till you get a little bit older. Who knows? I don't know.
Possibly. But I'm pretty sure Jared has
Mitchell's won a couple Mem Cups and for the Spitfires, and I don't know.
There's so many different coaching options out there right now. It's ridiculous. Who do you think would be the best for my like Red Wings?
The best for your Red Wings.
Yeah.
I would have liked Tortorella going there.
I was thinking about that.
I would like to see us punch in the mouth kind of Red Wing team again, because he's that guy, and he'll and so many interviews that I've heard throughout the podcast, and they're saying Torts doesn't want you to run through a wall for him. He wants you to follow him through the wall.
Yeah.
So he'll create that hole, and you got to follow him.
Yeah,
and if you don't follow him, you're gone.
He's not.
So I honestly hope Torts was going there, but you're saying he is in Philly, or there he may be.
There's
rumors.
Good shot that he's going there.
Yeah. But I think Yzerman all in all wants somebody that was a Red Wing.
Yeah. So the last thing that I read on freaking Tortorella to Philadelphia was they were pretty much just working out the last little bit of his deal, the last little details. So they were working on that, and then apparently
that's a good fit.
Be a go.
Fit.
That's a fucking great fit, dude.
Yeah.
That's a great fit. I don't know. Yeah. I would has Trotz been hired by anybody yet? Have we talked about?
He's linked to Winnipeg right now.
Okay.
Offer on the table is beer for life.
and he's from there too, isn't he?
Yeah.
So that would be a good fit. Yeah. Go back home, coach your hometown team.
And they do have a good team too.
Yeah, they just need structure.
But so what about Paul Maurice in Detroit?
I wouldn't mind that. Paul knows how to win.
He knows how to win.
I think the Red Wings need a coach that's gonna like tough love. Because Yzerman even said in the end of the year press conference that they actually took a step back on both sides of the puck. Meaning like the boys weren't playing good. So I think they need somebody to like kick him in the ass too a bit here to.
Right. Well, when he left Winnipeg, he was like a Danny Anger kind of thing. He said, I lost the room, and they needed a new voice in there. Like,
was Paul Maurice a former Spitfire?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Yep.
So it all kind of ties back. He'd be back here, right close. Right. So
and
I would be okay.
I want to say it was close to the CompuWare era.
Mm-hmm. But he was a Spitfire.
Yeah, he was a Spitfire.
Yeah, I thought so. But I don't know. Yeah, he'd be another good option, but I don't know, man. I have a feeling it's somebody they were talking about. There's a Lightning assistant, Lalonde or something is his last name. But they can't really talk to him until the season's over, right? So apparently he's a Lightning assistant right now that I guess is what I would assume would be lurking in the weeds for that job there in Detroit. And Yzerman already knows him from when he was a GM there, right? So
but you got taught by one of the best coaches.
Even you want to know who else wouldn't be bad for the Red Wings? Rick Tocchet. Rick Tocchet would be great too, man, because he's a rough and tough coach. His players play hard for him. Like he would be another great fit there in Detroit.
He's a Tortorella style of coach, but not that mean guy.
Yeah.
Like he wants to see his players, and he will create that hole for you through that wall too.
So So Chicklets there, I was listening to their episode and they were talking about Rick Tocchet as a head coach. And they were talking about how some guys like, or some freaking coaches don't even like beer on the plane or anything like that for them. Or they only allow like certain amount of beer on the
36
flight.
beers.
Yeah, 36 beers. So you obviously heard
beers.
it, right?
Some's getting some ain't.
Yeah. So
fucking stupid.
So they asked Rick, like, what would you how do you feel about beer on planes and stuff? And I guess freaking Tocchet said, you want me to tell a 30-year-old that he can't have a beer when he just went to war for 60 minutes for me?
Right.
Come on. And he's right. He's right. Let these guys be fucking men too, man. Yes, they're under contract. Yes, technically they work for you. But if the guy wants to have a fucking beer after he plays hockey and he goes to war for you every night, night in and night out, let him do it.
Like, what do you think the longest flight is from, say Toronto to LA? Or
I don't know, probably 3 hours, 4 hours.
Okay,
maybe.
so like Chris Pronger, every time his game was done, he'd have a 6-pack in his stall, right?
Yeah.
So have a 6er in your stall. Now you're gonna go jump on a plane and go over to wherever. Have everybody have another 6er. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the problem. But then you're gonna get the guys that, like the King Lundqvist, like he likes his wine. Okay, you get a bottle.
Yeah. Boom.
But he's a $300 bottle of wine, so bring it on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
they should just let the boys do what they want. Fuck.
Hockey is still a beer league.
Yeah, you just
NHL
get paid.
Is still a beer league.
You just get paid.
Guys get after it. Not so much anymore. Now it's all smoothies and fucking Nintendo and whatever.
Like, I like the old school way better.
40 night and all that shit. That's all they're doing.
Fucking Robin is 40 night. Yeah, so I don't know. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the Red Wings coaching job. Edmonton, are they going to need 2 goalies? Because now Koskinen signed back home. Is it like, did he sign in like Finland or something? I don't know. He signed somewhere overseas. So he signed a 2-year deal
with Lundqvist, right?
I'm not sure.
I swear I read that somewhere that he was going home or going to the KHL.
Was it Sweden or Finland or something he was playing in?
I don't know yet. Give me 1 second. I have it all down.
Yeah, I know it was one of those ones there. But man, so think about it. If they don't have him, Mike Smith retires. Then what do you do? Can you think of any?
It's Lugano in the Swiss league.
Okay,
I thought it was Luongo. I didn't have my glasses on. I was really squinting at it.
First it was 40 night, now it's Luongo.
And I'm dyslexic, bro.
But like, who do you go after? Marc-Andre Fleury? I've heard about James Reimer possibly. I've heard about like,
is James Reimer still
I don't know.
Goalie?
No, I don't think he's
Fleury still a starting goalie. I would say yes, Fleury is.
I would say Fleury. I would start Fleury,
but I would still keep Smith.
Yeah,
I would still keep Smith, and I said it since the podcast started. You need a 2 goalie system.
1A, 1B.
Because all these goalies get burnt out when it comes right to the end of the season, and then the backup goalie, he's got to take over the show.
Yeah,
and if he ain't good enough.
Yeah, you got to have a 1A and 1B.
Right. I don't know what that means. 1A and 1B.
That means they can both be number 1 goalies. So it's 1A and 1B, not 1 and 2. See what I'm saying?
That doesn't make any sense to me because now you're an A or you're a B.
But you're both one.
You just change numbers to letters.
Yeah. See, because it sounds fancy.
Why can't you be just both number 1s and be better?
I don't know. We'll see what happens though, man. It's going to be interesting. Hey, so the Spits game 7 tonight, Hamilton. So they were saying that the Hamilton rink that they opened up the whole second bowl. So they opened up the whole second bowl to sell seats. So now there's going to be 15,000 people there tonight.
Wow.
For an OHL game.
And so they can hold an NHL team.
So I'm pretty sure that they share a place with the AHL team, Hamilton. I think there's still an AHL team there, is there not?
Okay. Like there's an affiliate there
Yeah,
of some
I'm
kind.
pretty sure there is. So, but they have a big rink there, I guess. It's got a whole upper bowl.
Wow.
So yeah, so apparently there's going to be 15,000 there tonight. So
Awesome.
Game 7 OHL finals.
Let's go.
What else do you fucking want, baby? Let's go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like,
that's so fantastic.
I'm going to say this now because obviously people are going to be hearing this after the game's over. Whatever the outcome of that game was, the Spits had a hell of a fucking series, a hell of a playoff run.
Didn't they get pushed to the limit every time?
I think a few of the series I know the past two have went 7.
I thought every series
They could.
They played
7.
Yeah. They were on elimination every single time.
28 games in the playoffs.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
so think about it, boys. If they realistically, like if they were to win, they would have about another 5 wins after that, probably, to win the Mem Cup.
So they'll tonight they'll have what, 24?
So
right?
No, if they win tonight, yeah, well, they would obviously, but when you go to the Mem Cup, there's only 4 teams, eh?
Right, but then it's a round robin kind of thing.
Yes, it's a round robin, but that's what I mean. So 5 wins there, probably 4 to 5 wins there, probably wins the Mem Cup.
Well, you don't even have to do that because remember when the Spitfires lost their first 2 or
and then something weird happened.
Yeah, it was weird, and somebody had to lose and somebody had to win, or maybe
I'm thinking if you just went out, like if you just go there and win every game, you win your 3 round robin, probably a semifinal and final.
Right,
5 wins. So go Spits, baby. That's all I gotta say. In the meantime, here, do you think we should flop it over to our boy?
Yep.
Guys, this fucking interview, man, you're going to learn a lot about hockey skates in this interview, I'll tell you that. But Wally Tatomir is with us. Wally won the cup as the equipment manager in Carolina. So Wally's a beauty. He's got tons of fucking stories.
245 patents.
Yeah, like 643 patents, and it
was more like an infomercial.
Yeah, it was nuts. But Wally's a beauty. He's a smart man, and so let's do it. Everybody enjoy Wally Tatomir.
Gator, roll it.
No time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, absolute legend here with us today. This man has been in the hockey equipment industry, shall we say, for over 30 years. He's been with the Spits, Junior Wings in the OHL. He's been with Team Canada, Red Wings, Los Angeles Kings. He also joined the Carolina Hurricanes and then the Hartford Whalers in 1994, where he won the Stanley Cup with the Hurricanes as the head equipment manager in 2005-2006 season. Let's welcome to the show, Wally Tatomir. Wally, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Everything's just peachy.
Don't forget the All-Star game. He got to be equipment manager too. He was voted in for that as well.
There's so many accolades. I don't know. I don't keep count of them all. It's just, very fortunate to get the opportunity to walk the line. That's basically what it is. When I started out playing hockey, back in 1960, 61 in Leamington, junior B at that time, and then senior hockey, and then played for the next 12 years I played. And then junior B, I played in Essex, played in Ingersoll, played in Tilsonburg, played in London, then traded my last year 64, 65 to Windsor. I felt like I had a suitcase.
Fucking everywhere.
Hey, no wonder you learn how to drive a bus.
I know how those players feel when they go from team to team, and I didn't play in the NHL.
Quick question. So I think it was my old man that said something to me. Was your family onion farmers out of Leamington?
Yep. Yeah. They immigrated from the Ukraine to Romania, and from northern Romania, from I think it was Bucharest,
Okay.
and then came into Canada in I think around 1924, 25, somewhere, and then settled in the marsh. The government was given, swampland away for nothing. You just had to drain it and fill,
Drain it and fill it.
the government never gives you anything. It doesn't matter.
Pops, man, I was like, where the fuck did you pull that from? Like, how did you know that? He's like, oh, they're just very well known for that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I never knew that.
I think my nephew, or my cousin now, I should say, I think they have roughly 600 acres that they, do in the marsh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
they
what he
do
was saying,
carrots. And I mean, that's what I did. I worked in the carrots and in the onions, the biggest thing is that, when I was growing up, I never really liked school, and I sort of got away from school, didn't like it, and then I just went out to work. That's just the way I was. My dream was to play in the National Hockey League, win the Stanley Cup. Well, you know what? I didn't play in the National Hockey League, but you know what? I found another way to win the cup. So
fucking right, you did.
It's 2002. We went to the Stanley Cup final with the Detroit Red Wings, and they were a great hockey team. Everybody said we shouldn't be there, and you know what? The more they said that, the more the boys worked. And then 2006. But there's a lot of things that people don't understand that go into this, eh? So if you what I've done in the past is kind of, when I first started out sharpening skates, I always asked a lot of questions. Okay, why this? Why that? And a lot of times I got different answers, but I always try to figure everything out. So that's why today I have 19 patents that are affiliated with hockey related stuff in the NHL and all over, CHL, Western Hockey League.
How
OHL.
many do you have?
19. I think I'm just finishing another one.
19 patents.
I saw 4.
That's all I seen too, was 4.
Well,
that's fucking Wikipedia for you. Part of my French, Wally.
Go to patentsjusta.com.
Okay.
Punch in my name, and all 19 will come up.
Well, your hockey career doesn't go back that far. Like, what would I looked up the hockey DB, and
my hockey career started in 61.
Right.
61.
What was
in
it?
71, I started sharpening skates, and around, I think it was I'll tell you a little story here. Okay, so when I was playing senior hockey, okay, so Don Toll was one of the best skate sharpeners around in Leamington. Okay, and a lot of people, the older people, will know Don. So one time we're playing against Blythewood, and I get Don to sharpen my skates. And it's like, I don't know, maybe 25 cents. Something like that. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, we get them sharp, and I go out on the ice. I turn to the left, I'm good. I turn to the right, I fall down. So this goes on through the whole game. So I come back off the ice, and I go to Don after the ice. I said, Don, I said, why do I turn to the left? I'm okay. And I turn to the right, I fall down. He said, well, it's just you. So you know what? I thought, okay, he knows better than I do, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't get my skate sharpened for maybe a month or so. I think we're playing Wheatley in one game, and I go out and play, and I go to turn to the right, I fall down. I go to turn to the left, I'm okay. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, what is going on? So I come back in later after the game, and I said, Don, now I turn to the right, I'm falling down. But he says, well, it's just you. I said, well, do you think you could teach me how to skate, how to sharpen skates? And I was telling him, and he said, oh yeah, but you'll fall down all the time, left or right. I said, okay, no problem. So that's how I started to sharpen skates. So I would come, work for nothing, learn how to stone, and he'd teach me how to sharpen skates. I did that for a couple of years. I just come in on my own because I wanted to learn. And I wanted to know all the answers. And I'm still trying to find out the answers. There's still so much. And one of the patents I helped develop was the quick square. that everybody uses. Okay, and it shows the angle of deviation on a hockey skate in 3 different places if you place it on the skate. Okay, so there's so many answers to why you have this problem. Thickness of metal. That's why I started making precision cut steel. So, if you get a set of steel, most of your steel that come from the big companies will be like 1 to 3 thou in thickness all the way along in different places. So that throws out your angle. So if you get your skates to within, say, 297, 296, that's a half a thou all the way along, and you won't have any issues with that. That'll take it 100%. So, I mean, I do about 300 or 400 guys in the NHL. So, and we get the steel and we'll shave them all down and we'll fix them all up and we'll put the hollows on and we'll send them out all marked up and everything ready to go. Equipment guys just got to pop it in. I helped develop the quick blade.
Oh yeah, the blade that pops out there.
Yeah, okay. I helped with that quick blade was patented by Rick Hampton and Peter Zapata from Multimatic. And I can tell you, there's another. I got so many stories. Oh, geez. So anyways, how this all got started was, it started with Step. I wanted to do precision cut steel. So I wanted to get Step out of Montreal. So I drove up to Montreal from Raleigh, spent a week with Step, showing them how I wanted to do it and showing them all the CAD files. And he said, Wally, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I says, yo, this is the way to go in the future. You need to do this if you want to sell runners. I said, because this makes it perfect. So we went through the whole thing and I was pointing out different stuff on his CAD files that I didn't like. And he says, I do not see the dip there. I do not see it. And I got my pin out. I'm doing a little circle over it and a circle here and I'm doing a circle there. And I said, you don't see that? No, I don't see that. I said, you better adjust those Coke bottles. Because I can see it.
The Coke bottles.
Yeah, well, that was his glasses, eh?
Yeah, the fucking big glasses.
So the guy is a wonderful guy. Don't get me wrong. Super guy. But I look at it differently. Okay. So anyways, I spent a week with him and got him to the point where he could see everything, went over his CAD and got that all fixed up. And then he started doing, precision cut steel. And he did a lot of it, and he cut all my steel for years, and then Quick Blade came along, 2000, well, there was Rick Hampton came to me through his brother. Paul Hampton played for us the year we went to the Memorial Cup in 87, 88. So anyways, Paul they got a hold of me and said they wanted me to look at this new invention they got. So we were flying into Toronto and they asked me if they could come over to practice. I said, yeah, no problem. So they came over and showed me this new invention. And it was a piece of wire that fit on a runner and it snapped into place. And I said, yeah, that's not a bad idea. But I says, Rick, I'll tell you right now, there's about three things that you have to change. He said, well, we got 300 guys using it. I said, how many guys you got in the NHL? None. I said, well, they're not going to do it. They won't do it. This skate is so unbalanced. You can't have that. And I try to show them. But, everybody has their own opinion, just like the government, politics. That's fine. You have your opinion, I have mine. So that kind of went away. 3 years down the road, when I was with Jill's, he showed me this new invention. And he brought it to me and he brought the Quick Blade over. He said, what do you think of this? I said, that's a pretty good idea. He said, what do you think? I said, well, I can see 4 things right now that I would change. And he said, well, would you get involved? And I said, I don't know, have him give me a call or email me. You have my email address, so,
Mhm.
and at that time, email was, not big then, it was just, it was Wally T at hurricanes.com, I think at the time, eh?
Mhm.
But anyway, so I get a call from Rick Hampton. And it says, Rick, I'm surprised you're calling me. I thought you were mad at me the last time. You called me. Oh, no, that's all under the bridge. So I said, okay. He says, can we have a meeting? I want you to meet my owner from Multimatic, Peter Zapata. So I said, okay, yeah, no problem. So we flew into Toronto. We were playing Toronto. So I jumped on a cab and I went over to Multimatic. And I walked into Multimatic and went into this office. And this Multimatic's $1 billion. I don't know what it is now, but I think at the time it was about a $1 or $2 billion company. Eh?
Wow.
And I walked into this meeting room. Holy God, I walked into this meeting room and they're all sitting at the table. I thought it was a kangaroo court. Oh my God. I said to myself, what am I doing here? Like they had lawyers on one side, engineers, CAD guys, vice president, and Peter Zapata, the owner. And he said, Wally, we want to talk to you about our blade. I said, yeah. I said, Rick called me and I said, I'm very surprised that you guys wanted to talk to me. And he said, well, yeah, we kind of figured that. I said, because I know you came to me in Toronto about 3 years ago and you had this idea. And I said, it had to be a bunch of changes. And you said it was okay. So I said, okay, no problem. I don't have a problem. It's just my point of view. Everybody has a point of view. So I'm just being honest. If I like the product and I feel there needs to be changes, then we have to make the changes and see how it's going to work. He says, well, what do you think? I said, I think you got a good product. I said, first of all, I said, let me ask you a couple of things. It says, do you have a good patent on this? He says, oh yeah, 100%. You see all those patents on the wall? I have 42 patents. Every one is guaranteed, very good and guaranteed and protected. I said, okay. So what do you think? I said, well, okay. So here's number one, because I looked everything over. Number one, we're going to change the front pin. Okay, pin's got to be changed. That's number one. Why is that? I says, okay, I feel that the pin's too far back and you need not so much pressure on the front to push it in. And I said, number two, I said spring. Okay, spring. I just don't know about that spring. I said, we may need to go to stainless steel. I don't know. I said, we may have to change it 2 or 3 times. I don't know. Only know when you start wearing it in the NHL. I don't really care about what you do in amateur hockey. We're talking pros here. So whatever I say to these pros, they're going to be good with it. Okay. So number 3, I said, the runner. I said, the runner. I said, where did you get the runner style from? He said, so he turned to one of the gentlemen there and he said, well, that's the runner that Crow gave us. And I said, oh, Crow. Okay, I know Crow. I said, he's the one that had the tuck. Yeah, the tuck runner. I said, well, here's the problem. You're skating uphill. You're skating uphill on that runner. He says, no, can't be. I said, I'm just telling you. I said, you don't have to blame me. Get your engineer in here. So anyways, he calls his engineer, which is out in the factory. I mean, they got this factory. It's a big factory in Mississauga. So anyways, he comes in. This guy walks through the door, and I swear to God, he came through the door. He had the black rim glasses, white hair sticking all over like Back from the Future.
The mad scientist.
Oh my God. Comes down, sits right down beside me. Peter says, Larry, Wall says you're skating uphill. Yeah, what's the problem? Well, how come we're skating uphill? Peter, you told me to copy the runner, the tuck runner, and that's exactly what I did. That's what you told me. So I copied it. He said, no. So I've been wearing this runner and skating uphill. No wonder I'm tired all the time. I said, okay. I mean, but that can be fixed. That's not a problem. I said, here's the other deal. I said, once we fix all these things, and once I'm happy with it, and we can put my system on it, and we can give it to the players in the NHL that are using my system already, we have a hit. So here's the kicker. I said, I will not get involved if I don't have the last say. If I don't have the last say, forget it. I'm out. I says, because it's my reputation that's online, not yours, mine. So he said, done, 100%, you're in charge.
Okay.
You don't like it, fire him.
So you're in charge of a multi-billion-dollar company. Awesome.
Oh, no.
Humble brag. I want to be the president.
Just the runner end. The other guys owned it. I just helped them.
That's
but
crazy.
The thing was, you just had to correct that. And here's the other kicker. So Jim Geary from Bauer found out about it, got a hold of me and says, well, I'd like to put my daughter in one of those. She plays for Team Canada, and I'd like to put my daughter in one of those quick blades. I said, no problem. So I called Peter on the phone personally, and I said, Peter, can I give this quick blade to Bauer? Are you covered 100% on those patents? He says, yeah, go ahead, no problem. So I did. Well, guess what? 3 years later or 4 years later, they worked around the patent, made their own quick blade. And why? You know how it was? Design patent. The trigger. The trigger.
Oh my.
So here, here's the thing. So when somebody says they have a patent, you need to make sure you have a design patent. You have to make sure you have a patent that covers all angles. Like I have 12 patents just on the half shield visor attachment. CCM leases that from me, and I sell about 7,000 a year myself. And I have to work all the time to figure out to make sure nobody can come in the back door.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right? Because everybody does something like that. They'll take something and tweak it and make it their own, right? So
yeah.
But with you would think with $1 billion company, he would have had all the lawyers know all the ins and outs.
Unless somebody made a mistake.
Right.
You know
somebody
what?
did.
It's just like hockey. It's a game of mistakes.
How much money did you make out Bauer when you gave him the patent?
Hey, not a dime. But the thing is, it was the best idea. I mean, I had the first year, I think the problem was we only had 280 sizes, eh? So we had, what do we have? On the Canes, I think I had like 12 players in 2008, 2009. And then, no, 2009, I think I had, but I had 56 guys in the NHL the second year. Third year, I had about close to 100 and 150 the third or fourth year.
Would we know any of them?
Oh, yeah. Marty Urach wore him. And he was the best. They wanted it. They're always changing blades with him. He get them sharp in every period.
Oh,
it was awesome. But, it's like anything else. If you don't protect it and make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now with that steel, did you just buy better steel, or did you grind the blades in?
Okay,
or how did that work?
Here's how the story goes. So 2002, okay. I was having so many issues with steel breaking. I mean, in the warm-ups, in the games, I had everybody cut 2 or 3 pair because I just didn't know how long they're going to last. And in no time, you had to pull the pin and pop them out. So that was a little tougher then. And then it was just terrible. So I called the company. I don't really get into names, but I called the company and they said, oh, well, it's just you. it must be your sharpening. He said, we have no other complaints, no complaints whatsoever.
It's that Russian steel.
I said, gee, I said, and I started thinking, oh my God, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? You know, these things go in your head, eh? So anyways, still keeps breaking. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start calling everybody in the NHL. I mean, I know all the equipment guys. I must have called 10 teams. Everyone said, well, we got the same problem. I said, you're kidding. I said, well, have you called Bauer? I said, no. He said, we're sick and tired of calling them. He said, they won't listen to us. So I said, oh, well, now I feel better. I don't feel so bad all, you know, that it's happening. So that year, after we got beat out, I didn't know nothing about steel. Nothing. I didn't know how it worked, how it's all put together. But you know what? Thank God for Google. The research, the technology. So now you can research everything. So, you know, I went to check out what the best steel. So I figured, you know, what's the best steel? Let's think about it. What's the best steel out there? Well, you know, military. What's the military using in ops? So I went and looked at their what they're using because it's common knowledge. So it was they were using what the heck was it? 14C28, and they used a 12C27. Okay, so special ops was using this, and ops were just using the C12, C27. So I said, well, you know what? Let's try the 12C27. So at that time, that's when I got involved with STEP, and we started using 12C27. We did try the 14C28. I tried that on Whitney, Ray Whitney one time, and I did an inch hollow on him, and he was usually at 3/4. We did an inch hollow, and he had we always put millimeters on his skates, and then he was at a 30-55, half-inch back of center, and he went out in a warm up, and he came back and said, "Wow, these are like razors. Can you make them any dull?" I said, "Well, we can try and dull them up." He said, "Oh, they're just too much." He said, I can't wear them." You know, so we kind of quit that deal, eh? And I tried it with Skinner too, eh? And I had 2 guys trying them out. And I tried titanium and different stuff, A1 players. You know, they were good with me because they know I was trying to learn something about what was going on and figure everything out, you know, because there was issues, eh?
Right.
And at the time, Step was making the best steel on the market. You know, I mean, I'm just being honest, eh?
Wow.
And that's where it all started there, you know. But there's, you know, so many other things. Like, I mean, you know, it's just, you're always working on different stuff. I really believe in balancing and profiling and all that stuff. And you have to work with each player as an individual and figure out what the problems are. Okay. I mean, I could tell you, I have equipment guys call me and all the time, and I tell them to call me. And they always say, "Oh, well, I got this head case. Oh my God, he's driving me crazy." I said, "Listen, I don't believe there's a such thing as a head case." I said, "What you really have to figure out is what's going on with him on the blade. Is he on millimeters? Is he on radiuses? Is he at center? Half-inch behind center? Where is he at? You got to figure all that out. It takes a lot of time. It's not easy, you know, but it will help. It doesn't guarantee you a Stanley Cup, but it'll help you down the road to win a Stanley Cup. Like I have Tampa uses 3 of my machines, and they've got 3 cups on it, and maybe they'll win a 4th. I don't know.
Now I know why I didn't get to the NHL.
Well, I mean, hey,
Bad skate blades.
Yeah, we didn't have Wally sharpening our skates.
Well,
I had
no,
bad skate blades.
but you know what?
And I couldn't turn
there's a
right.
lot of people there's a lot of people out there that just want to sharpen skates. And people, you know, just say you do 11-foot radius, half-inch back of center, okay? Or whatever radius you want to do. You want to do a quad, you want to do a double quad, triple quad, and whatever you want to do. the key is every time you, after 5 sharpenings, okay, whatever you put on that blade is gone. And I can prove that to you. Okay. And that's why when I do radiuses, I tell the guys, listen, we can do this radius. You tell me what you want. I'll put on anything you want. But here's the kicker. After 5 sharpenings, you got to take it out and put another one in.
Now, are you talking about the bottom of the blade, like the radius
Yeah,
on the bottom
that's
of the blade?
radius, yeah, yeah.
Now, do you do this with a CNC machine or you do it by hand?
No, but we can do it with a CNC machine. We can end mill.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah. But we can do it just by hand or by template. I have templates.
Yep.
You know, we started making templates back in 1990. We made the quick square back in 1990.
So it's like a duplicating machine then.
Yeah. I helped start Maximum Edge.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Bob Allen and I started that company in 90.
Wow.
But I didn't want to be a part of it after a while because I owned 35% and I didn't want to work at it because I had I was working at Otto Holloway and I had the Wings, the Spitfires, the Ambassadors or whatever I had it going. I had so much going. I mean, you know, but I knew everybody. Eh? I mean, I know everybody in the NHL. Everybody knows me. If you live long enough, they all come back as GMs and coaches and presidents.
Claude Julien, right?
Yeah. He took a machine and he won a cup.
Well, I thought the only reason that you didn't want to do it is because, like, stay with them is because they only work 3 hours a freaking day.
Yeah, good luck on that.
Right? What's it open from 10 till 2 or something like that? Like,
Maximum Edge you're talking about? Oh, I thought you meant these guys working 3 hours a day.
No,
working a lot more.
He's working all the time. He's still working.
I don't know what he does now, so
it's not open long. Like, you can't get done work and go drop your skates off and get them done. You have to drop them off either before work or
Hero one's closed every time I go there.
Right. Just like I said, it's open from 10 to 2, Tuesday to Thursday or something like that.
Just go see my son in Windsor in the south. He's got Pro Skate Balance right there. He's got everything there.
I should
Anytime
go see
you
him.
need a pair of skates done, go there.
I should go see him after work.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, give him I'll text you his phone number.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Hey, how did the job with like Carolina, well then Hartford, how did all that come about for you? Like, did they approach you?
Okay, so that's another story. Okay, I started in the Wings in 78. Okay, I started with the Spitfires in 71, 72. I did all the scouting for them, all the local kids. I knew every local kid. I brought Ribble, I brought Riley, Plum. I mean, I brought Beaton, Bade, Bone. These guys all, you know, we went and looked at them, eh? Jerry Service was an awesome guy to work with. You know, George Aiken. I mean, all the coaches I've worked with over the years, all got along with them. I mean, they're all great coaches. When I started working in 78 with Danny Olsevich, he was the head equipment manager, right? And I, you know, when you look back from 78 till now, oh my God, what a difference. So Jimmy Rutherford, moved into Joe Louis in 1980. So we had Jimmy, Rutherford, you know, we had a bunch of goalies along the way, and I fixed and repaired all the equipment. Nobody else. I had more equipment at my house in Essex than most guys had in their equipment rooms in the NHL. I'm just telling you.
Jesus.
I had sewing machines. I had everything to do it. And you know, it's kind of funny. Not funny, but okay. So 1981, 1980 it was. We were just going into Joe Louis. We were just settling in. Danny says to me, Wally, he says, this guy wants to come and do an interview and show us something about profile. I said, oh, that sounds interesting. I said, okay. He said, I want you to come. Can you be here after around 3:30? I said, okay, well, I'll have to see. Because I says, I'm going to make sure I can get an hour. I'll be late for work, eh? So I'll call Tom and I'll say if I can be an hour late. So anyways, the guy comes in and he's got this profiling machine, eh? He does a demonstration, puts it on on the tabletop and sets it all up and goes through it. And it took about, he did, I think, 11 foot at center. He had 3 settings, eh? So he did the first setting at center, and it was 11-foot template. So he's all done. He says, I'll leave you the machine. And he says, you guys can try it out, but just keep it. Let me know what you think. So the guy leaves. Danny, after about 5 minutes, Danny turns to me and says, what do you think? I said, oh my God, this guy's a genius. He said, well, I have no time for this. I can't do it. I don't have time. That means I got to do every pair every 5 or 6 times. I got 27 guys in the dressing room.
Yeah.
You got to remember, they can't do it because they don't have a guy that just designate to do that. That's the problem. There's only one equipment manager that's on the road and a heavy medical guy. That's it. There's just Lefty and Danny. That's it. Nobody else. And so, Danny turned to me and says, here, take the machine. You can have the machine. I still got it to this day.
That's crazy.
So I'm just saying, there's so many things, the game has evolved so much a lot down the road. When I was with the Canes, my job is, I had 2 other assistant equipment managers that they did all the other stuff, and I concentrated on the skates. That was my job, work with each guy individually and try to figure out what's good for them and how they feel and where they're going on the ice. And if they're going into the corners comfortably, eh? And the first year we went to 2002, what I have 14 guys using it. And I still didn't have about 8 or 9 guys, 10 guys not using it. But I mean, it was a work in progress.
Mhm.
That's a problem. But by 2006, I had, I'll tell you a little story. Okay, so we picked up Ronnie Francis, okay, at the deadline.
Mhm.
He's pretty good.
Okay, he came in, and I just sharpened his skates. He was a 5/8, and it was just basically a 10-foot because I measured his skates. I just did it my own just to see where everything was at and how much blade contact he had on the ice. But I never said a word to him. Okay. So, anyways, Ronnie came in and he says, "Well, the guys are talking about some sort of balancing system you got, and they swear that's awesome." And I said, "Okay." I says, "Well, we can try it and see what you feel. If you don't like it, not a big deal." So he says, "What do you think?" So I got all the markers out and I marked the skates, and I says, "Well, you get about 25 millimeters back here from center back, about touching the ice." I said, "I think we could put I'm sure we could put a 30-55 on this blade at center, just to try out, or we'll just do a 25-45 and try it out, and then we can always move back." He said, "Okay, let's try it." He said, "Well, what hollow?" I said, "Well, I think he could go to 3/4. Okay. So we did that. He came back in, we did the warm up, and he said, "Listen," he said, "I think you can put a lot more on. This is awesome." So I ended up going to, what did I end up going to? I went up to 35-65, 1/2 inch back of center.
So everybody knows Wally is crunching numbers right now as we speak.
Yeah, well, I was kind of, so I'm crunching these numbers. So I put that in, and I said, "We're going to go to 1 inch." He said, "Oh, I think I can go better than 1 inch." Well, I said, "Well, we can try 1.5 inches." Well, guess what? He still uses it today.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, I mean, and then here's another story. 2002, okay, we pick up Weeksy.
Mhm.
Okay, so we pick up Weeksy. So Weeksy comes in, I think it was in March or something like that. I knew him from junior. I get to know all these guys from junior because I spent, 100 years in junior.
Yeah.
So you get to know everybody. So anyways, Weeksy comes in, and I sharpen his skates, eh? And he told me what he wanted. So I said, okay, I sharpen them. And a month goes by. So I'm thinking to myself, why isn't Weeksy bringing me the runners, like the skates and shots? Is he mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Because that's what I started thinking, eh? Because most goalies are getting them done once a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't want to be sharp in practice, just in the games. So after about 6 weeks, I went over down, sat down with Weeks, and I says, "Hey, Shady, can I ask you a couple questions?" And he said, "Yeah, well, no problem. What's the matter?" I said, are you mad at me or anything? Did I do something wrong?" He started laughing. He said, "Oh, no. I said, "Well, I can't figure out why you haven't brought the skates in to get sharpened." He said, "Oh, let me show you." He said, "Let me show you what I do." So he reaches into the bag and he pulls out a red sweet stick. And he says, "Every time I go on the ice, I just go like down twice and they're sharp enough for me." I said, "That's unbelievable." He says, "Here, take one." Well, you know what? I still have the original one. I still use it to this very day.
That's great.
It was unbelievable. So there's a guy that taught me something. Okay. And I just went down, sat with him and asked. And that's what happened. You know, it was just honest to God's truth, you know.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. I mean, there's always different things out there, but you need to learn about them, you know, and always keep an open mind.
Yeah. Okay, are we done plugging your blades?
Oh, no. No, if you want to get better, no problem.
No, I want to go to the Spitfires days because
Oh, good luck on that one.
I remember. So I was probably like 71 you started, and then by the time I was like, I don't know, probably 10, I finally started realizing that my grandma Saunders is a billet and Borden Spitfires, and she's got Roland Malance in there.
Yep.
I want to say Pete Peters was there as well with Blair Barnes at one time.
Barnesy was there when I was there. I don't think Pete, I don't know if Peters was there when, I can't remember. I know Barnesy was.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who stayed. It was Gorman, Pat Gorman. Pat lived there. Because I ended up buying Pat's car when he went back to Nova Scotia. From him. So
and Blair had that 69 Camaro.
Yeah.
And we had Ernie Godden on here, and he's like, he was such a mama's boy. But then you look at his penalty minutes, he was not a mama's boy.
Well, you know what? Everybody's different on the ice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
or it was like Silver Spoon or something like that. Yeah.
I'm sure if you asked a lot of people when I played senior and junior hockey, did they like me? Not a chance. They could tell you some bad stories about me. And that's fine.
But off the ice, you're a beauty.
Off the ice, it's a different.
Yeah.
You know, once you put that uniform on, it's your boys. And I played with guys, I played against guys, played with guys, even when I played against them. So, I mean, it's a different story. And that's just the way it is in the NHL. And, you know, when you look at hockey players, you know, they're gritty. I mean, it's just, that's the way they play. And we had some tough boys, you know, Frank Beaton, Ronnie Freest. I mean, oh my God.
Kotze, Patsopoulos.
Yeah. I mean, Frank Bathe. Oh, Frank Bathe. He's, you know, that's another story, Frank Bathe. I mean, oh my God. I can remember one time he's playing Port Huron. So he calls me up and he says, "Well, I'm going to play in Detroit tonight," because I was working in Detroit at the time. And he said, "I'm going to be at practice." So it was on the weekend. So I went to the practice because we had practice in the morning, they practice after. And we went out for lunch, him and I. And he said, "Man," I'm down in Port Huron and I can't break this lineup. And he said, "The wings are terrible. I can't break it." I said, I know. Well, you know, well, what do you do? I'm not the coach. I'm not the GM, you know, even though Skinner was a good friend of mine, you know, but that's the way they are, the way they think, and that's fine. And so anyways, so I said to Frank, we were sitting at the table and we're having lunch, and he said, I don't know what I do. I said, I got to do something. I said, well, Frank, I'll tell you what to do. He said, well, what do I do? I says, go after Bobby Clark. First time Bobby Clark gets that puck, knock the shit out of him. He said, well, I'll get killed. So what? Have you ever seen anybody go to the hospital from a hockey game yet? In a fight? You'll be fine. You got guys that'll jump in there. So don't worry about it. Well, guess what? If you go back and look at that game that when they played, he hit Clarkey right around the blue line, and they jumped him, Frank, like crazy. And the following year, they picked him up, and he spent 10 years with Philly.
That's crazy.
Because you kind of know things.
Well, you want to make a
Just if
statement?
people would have listened to you sooner, right?
Want to make a statement? Make it.
Well, because you were also a head coach, right? At one time,
No.
couple times here and there.
No, not a head coach. No. And maybe in lacrosse coaching, but that's it.
Oh, well, I thought maybe Maxner got tossed and you had to coach the team there a couple times.
No. Max, I can't remember if Max ever got tossed, I can't remember. I don't think so. I know a couple times, me and Max may have said enough of this bullshit. And guess what happened?
That was enough.
I've said that to a couple coaches a few times.
Mhm.
Walked over and just whispered in there, this is bullshit. Let's get to straighten this out.
That's
Right
crazy.
down the hallway, or
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got fined for that one.
Why? What did you do?
can you tell us the story?
Well, you know what? That was a big broad. Wow, gee, I don't know. I've been fined a couple times.
You got fined as an equipment manager?
Oh, yeah.
You got a
Well,
lot of trouble in
I
the
have
World
history.
Juniors.
I have a history in lacrosse and in the OHL. Dave Branch just loves me.
He's got a boner for frickin' Windsor Branch.
Anyways, we had a bench clearing brawl. And I think Jimmy Rutherford was the equipment manager. Tommy Webster Huck was the coach. And the whole brawl, and I'm trying to break it up. And Jeff Reese comes over to the bench and tries to take a swat at me, and I give him a left hook.
Like the goalie,
Yeah,
Reese.
yeah. And then
Played for Toronto.
what was the name? McLeod? I can't remember. He came after me, and I backed up because and the shit was all on the bench, and then I went down into the hallway. They pulled me off and went down the hallway, and then McLeod, I think it was McLeod, to come down the hallway, and shit, I decked him down the hallway, and then I got I got nailed for 500. Jimmy looked after that.
Did Jimmy pay it?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Here you go. Don't
And I
worry
got
about
fined
it.
$75 with Maxie. Because I don't know which one it was, but there was a few of them.
Mhm.
There's one time, and we had a bench clearing brawl in London. I don't know, Scotty was on that team then or not. Can't remember, but no, it couldn't be, because I think Todd Harvey was playing with us. Okay, so we had a bench clearing ball. So a guy comes down out of the stands. I'm on the end of the bench, and the stands are right there at the old arena. And you have to walk past the equipment guy. So the guy comes down and he's chirping away. And I said, hey, get out of here. Go back and sit in the stands. And he kept coming down. And I said, don't come down any closer. He came down. I just grabbed a hold and gave him a left hook and went down like a ton of bricks. Another guy jumps on me from the crowd. Todd Harvey's mother jumps on him, starts wailing the shit out of him. That's the honest to God's truth.
Hey, don't fuck with hockey moms. They'll get you.
They will get
I'll
you. Yeah.
tell you. Let me tell you, Todd, her mom's a super person, and she's one tough lady.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Because I remember I was between 10 and 12, I'd say. And Graham had the 2 seats that
Yeah.
were given to her by the Spitfires right on the glass there, where she just loved watching Roland Melanson put his leg up on top of the bar. And she's like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in hockey. And I'm like, you've been to every single game. But I remember, I want to say it was against the Sioux, and there's a brawl in the corner in the Sioux end, and it ends up over the glass into the crowd. And like, it was insane. Like some of the games there were just epic.
Oh, the barn was a great place to play.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Hacking darts and drinking beers.
I played junior B with the Spitfires in 64, 65 was a great place to play. In 70, 71, all the way up until they left. I mean, still a great place. I mean, the new arena is beautiful. I mean, but it's a different era. Everything changes, you know what I mean? So I mean, it's they've done well. I mean, and then I left in 80, came back in 83 when Carmanis and Jimmy got the team. And then that just led staying with them until 2012, till I retired in 2012. I texted Jimmy, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, talking to him, see how things are going there. So, it's like anything else. He's got to get working. It's the same as the Spits, okay? You go back to looking at everything that's going on. My theory, it's a big game of mistakes. So try not to make any mistakes. You should win the game, but that's not going to guarantee it. Okay, but you do so much breakdown on video today. So Spits right now, you need to stay out of the box. That's the big thing.
Well, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes wins the game, right?
Well, that's almost guaranteed, but you do always need a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I get people texting me all the time. Well, Spits are way better. Don't count on that. They're good, and you have to contain McTavish.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I had a friend of mine that I sent a little text to when the Oilers were playing the Avs, and I said, "Listen, I've watched all these games, and you got to contain Connor.
Oh, I know.
He makes too many things happen on the ice. Cut him down. That's less things that's going to happen on the ice. Frustrate him. He'll draw a penalty. Don't retaliate."
You just got to send Kadri out there and Bobby Clark him, and you're done. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Right? Give him a good old whack in a leg, and
you can't do that no more. The game has changed.
I know.
I can remember in 2006, okay, when they instigated all these rules, I was a firm believer that I was a firm believer that they made a big mistake. And I'll tell you a little story. We go into Tampa, and I don't know, it was our first game or the second game, whatever it was. First game in Tampa. And then I had everybody on my system, And we go on the ice. And after the first period, I go walk into the dressing room, and Bobby Gorman is standing there. And I said, "Bobby, I cannot believe how fast we are. Oh my God." I said, "This is unbelievable. These rules have changed everything. Now you can go. The speed is unbelievable because they can't hold you up.
Mm-hmm.
No more clutch and grab."
Right.
So it's made the guy that can skate, it's made him good. The small guy is going to go. Like
They can
guy
wheel
like
now.
Yeah, he's going to wheel. So which is good. I think it's good for the game. I was wrong. So you know what? Everybody has an opinion, but that doesn't mean you're right.
Terrible for defensemen getting run through the wall.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I liked how another D, you had to skate around them, but now you know what I mean? I don't mean the clutching and grabbing, but even if you get in a way and impede his progress, it's interference now.
Well, it can be a pick too, eh? So
Right, but he can go at Mach speed as fast as he can and put your poor defenseman who's trying to turn around and make a play, and now he's through the glass and his shoulder's broken, collarbone's broken.
I think his
his sternum's broken now.
Yeah.
Like
they
there
can
was
call-
that one.
They can call boarding though. That's, you
Yeah.
know, the key is when they're going up to the defenseman, if the guy tries to close around, look at their feet. If their feet are moving, the referee's gonna call either a pick or interference.
Yeah.
They don't call too many picks, and I see so many picks out there.
Right.
The coaches work on picks, don't you?
Oh, for
You
sure.
know,
Oh, yeah,
for
I
sure.
can see that.
Well, the
Yeah.
Toronto Maple Leafs won, right? This year that they took Tavares's goal away
Johnny T,
from.
Yeah,
That was a perfect example of it. It was a pick.
yeah. I mean, and I agree with that.
Mhm.
Once you plant, you don't move, it's a pick.
Right.
So, I
Okay.
mean, it makes the game, I mean, it's just, it's just, you have to work all the time. I mean, it's, I mean, I watch all the games up here at the cabin. I watched the OHL game the other night there with the Spits, and then I watched, what was it, Seattle and Edmonton, that game. So I watch a lot of games if I can,
Mhm.
I heard you have a pet bear up there. Like so you like Grizzly Adams.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm just making shit up.
That's all right.
That's all I do. But I did hear this one. I did hear that you ate a bag of onions. Is that a true story?
Yep.
A full bag of onions.
Well, not full, but that's like a 5-pound bag.
That's still a bag
Like-
of onions.
Like a white onion? Just
Yeah, they were hot then.
oh man.
What was the reason? Or just because you could?
Oh no, somebody dared me.
Oh.
No, listen, you know what? When you're younger, you might be a little stupider.
You mean you're not smarter than your parents?
Not really.
That's funny.
So how did
Smart
that come
the
about?
average bear.
How did that bet come about?
You know what? I can't even remember. I can't even remember how that all started. But I don't really know. I mean,
Just got
there's
her
so
done.
many things in my life that's
I'll have to
happened.
get Jamie to tell us that story then.
Well, you know what, Jamie, you know how the onion started. Jamie used to, when he was just a young kid, he used to work for me, slinging onion bags.
Okay.
So I had a pickup truck, and we'd load up. I'd buy onion bags and resell them to the farmers to make extra money. I was always trying to make a buck, eh?
Mhm.
I never went to school, so I always had to try and make some money, turn a
Yeah.
nickel into a dollar.
Well, you're an entrepreneur, right?
And you just do the best things you can. One guy said to me one time, he says, holy shit, well, you've done a lot of jobs. I said, well, when you were going to university, your 4 years, and I said, you went all through high school. I said, I never got out of grade 8. I said, I was 14. I started working for 15. I started working for Bert Mastinardi in the shed. And Donnie Mastinardi and I played the hockey together, with the Leamington Indians. Donnie Mastinardi was a good hockey player. And that's how it all started, And I'm sure I wasn't the greatest worker at the time, but Bert gave me a chance to work in the produce shed. And Donnie and I kind of chum around. And, I talk to Donnie the odd time now. And, I said, Donnie, I says, I can remember when your dad didn't want you to play hockey. Bert used to say, I don't want him to play hockey. He needs to learn the business. Because Bert was the big produce king back in the day in the tomatoes, And Donnie liked hockey. And Donnie played for the Flyers, and he was a very good hockey player. I mean, there's a lot of good hockey players back in the day. I mean, there's so many, but there's only like 6 teams in the NHL. So you're not going to go anywhere. And I remember one time his dad saying to him, yeah, I want him to play. I want him to work for me, not play hockey. And I said, Donnie, aren't you glad you listened to your dad? He said, well, the only reason I listened to my dad was we played a Flyer game in down east someplace. And he said, I got the shit knocked out of me. And on the way home, my dad says, well, what do you think? You want to play hockey or do you want to come and work for me?
I want to sell produce.
Yeah, so like, screw
Yeah,
this
I
shit,
said,
I'm
Donnie,
getting
I said, well, listen, your dad was right. When you think about it, You could buy any NHL team now. You're worth about $4 billion.
Jesus.
So what do you know?
Yeah.
What
Great
the heck?
decision. Great
Yeah.
decision.
I mean, but that's just part of life.
Yeah. So Wally, can you walk us through like the World Juniors when that big Russian Canada
Oh, you
thing
got an
went down?
hour? You got a whole hour or what?
As much time as you want. If we wouldn't have done your commercial first.
Well, okay, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It was so interesting.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so I was elected to go to Team Canada in what was it, 87?
Yeah, 87.
Yeah, we got to get all these dates straight, there's so many.
Yeah.
So anyways, the coaches were Bert Templeton, Hawk, which is Tommy Webster, and what's his name? Oh my goodness gracious. Can't think. Pat Burns.
Oh boy.
So anyways,
Legends.
yeah, legends. I worked with 3 legends, and they're all passed away now. So just awful.
Yeah.
And I always kept in good contact with them over the years. All of them good. So anyways, we go, okay, so we had training camp in Calgary for, I don't know, 10 days or so, a couple weeks. And then we cut the team down. Then we pack up and we're gone from December right till January something. I can't remember. Well, I think 30 days or 32 days overseas. We go into what's the place? Oh my goodness gracious! We had training camp. We opened training camp for a week or 10 days, just before around Christmas, and maybe 2 weeks. And oh my goodness, it was in Switzerland. I don't know if it's Frankenmoves or not Frankenmoves, but I can't even think of the name right now. But anyways, we were there for 2 weeks. So we had a guide. I drove the truck. We loaded the equipment, drove the truck into the mountains. Get halfway up the mountain, you got to put chains on the tire. And they showed us how to do that, So we had to do that. Get there, unload, set everything up. So we're there for a couple of weeks and practicing. Then we take off, going to Vienna for Christmas Eve. That was beautiful. Then we rent another vehicle. We get another chauffeur, like not a chauffeur, it's like a guide. I drive the truck. We had the medical guy, me and the medical guy, Jacques Parent, really good guy, just 2 of us. And we go through Bratislava into Piestany, and then we set up everything, not Piestany, Nitra, I'm sorry. That was our home base, Nitra. So we play our games there. Then our final game was in Piestany. Okay, so we're playing there. And if we're playing the Russians. And so what happened was that we're beating the Russians 4-2 in the second period, I think.
And it was win and go to the gold, right? If you won
Yes. We were playing for the gold medal. But they added goals, okay? So how many goals? You had to beat those goals. So we had a silver already won. Didn't matter. If we'd have beat them, we'd have still won a silver. We had to beat them by about, I think, 8 goals, I can't remember exactly how many. But anyways, my job on the bench is to make sure the changes are done right. So nobody gets on too soon, gets off, that's my job.
Right.
Also my job in junior is if an altercation starts, make sure we hold the bench. Don't let any of the guys over, because in junior, in the OHA or OHA then and OHL, guys just leave the bench, There's a lot of stories I can tell you there. Oh, shit.
A lot of bench clearing brawls.
In the warm, how do you think referees started? We never saw a referee in warm up.
Yeah.
Could ask Max that one. So anyways, they go on the ice and Fleury's going around. And the Russian comes around and just whacks him right over the side of the head here, gets him on. Fleury goes down. Kane comes in, whacks the Russian. Then the Russian and Kane start fighting. Then they start fighting on the ice. Cinepass is out there. Cinepass has got a guy, he lets it go, bang, gets one guy. I'm watching the bench. And Templeton and Bert and Pat are saying, hold the bench. Well, I got him. Because I got Chase on and I got a bunch of them help in my hand. And so the assistant coach lets one on the ice. And I said, he yelled to Pat, one on. So now they got 6. Okay. And then the guy jumps in a fight. Cinepass has got 2 guys up again. Like that Cinepass is strong as a bull. I'm telling you. He played in Chicago later on, but nicest guy you ever want to meet. And one tough dude. I mean, we had a good team.
Yeah.
And we were picked, I think, between 4th and 6th to finish, eh?
Yeah.
Well, we were number 2. So I mean, anyways, so
Luke Richardson, Pierre
they let
Turgeon.
another guy on the ice, and I'm telling, I'm right here. The bench is right here. I'm here. The assistant guy's here. And I says, hold your guys. He lets another guy go. I just turned around, give him a left hook, and down he went. And I pulled him over and give him a couple more. And they asked me, did you hit the assistant coach? I said, yeah. I said, I didn't hit him enough. I said, yeah, I'm sorry. So I didn't hit him. So I'll tell you another story on this one after a while with Jimmy Rutherford. So anyways, we come off the ice and they turn the lights out, everybody stopped fighting. They take us in the room. Management blasted the players. I was just sick to my stomach of what was going on.
Like blasted your own players?
Oh yeah. Just terrible. Yeah, just terrible.
Wow.
They'll deny it, but that's fine. I mean, I don't care. I was there. I'll stand in front of them and tell them right to their face. I was not happy. And I told them afterwards.
Now, was it your assistant coach that let the guy go, or was it the Russian?
No, the Russian.
Oh, okay. Because you
Yeah.
had Luke Richardson and Shanahan, and you had a tough team too.
Jimmy Waite. I mean, I could go down that list.
Oh, Pierre Turgeon. Like, I'm not saying
yeah.
tough guy, but
listen,
wow, what a hockey team.
there's so
Darren
many.
Fleury.
We had a great hockey team.
Yeah.
But
And they had Alexander McGillney. They
I met
had
those guys.
Fedorov. They had
Yes, I met him in Detroit when I was there. They
Yeah.
knew me. They
Yeah.
called me the crazy Canadian.
well, you had that big hair. You had that big
Yeah, they called me.
afro.
He says, "Oh, you're the crazy guy."
Say that's right.
I had was it who did I have there? Godiniak in
Oh, yeah.
Hartford. He played on that team.
But
He said, "Oh my God," he says, "You crazy."
and Ernie got it and said, greatest trainer I ever played with, ever played for. He's like, that man would run through the wall to open that hole up for you.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was pretty special coming from, the top goal scorer in the OHL, right?
Great guy. Ernie's such a great guy. Yeah. He's just so anyways, I decked the Russian coach, and then it was all over the Team Canada's head equipment manager started the fight. Alan Haderstadt was all over that. I told him the truth. I didn't lie. I mean, I didn't tell them everything they wanted to know.
Yeah.
But if you asked me a question, I told you the truth.
Right.
So, and I still got all the clippings.
That's funny.
Well, Wally, the truth will set you free.
Oh yeah. So I'll tell you another little story. So we were going to Russia to play a game when Jimmy Rutherford was the general manager, and I can't remember what year it was. I don't even know. It was the NHL. They go over. We were going to Russia, then we were going to Finland. So, anyways, I got called up in the office, and I had to give all the passports out. They give you a passport. They brought me up in the office, and I said, "Jimmy, what's up?" And there's a whole bunch of people standing around. He says, Jimmy says, "Well, you can't go." I said, "Well, what's the problem?" He said, "Well, the Russians have banned you." I said, "I couldn't give a shit." I said, I wouldn't change one bit that I did. Not
They're
one.
afraid of
I-
you coming
all
up
over
there.
again. And
That's
they all
fucking
burst
funny.
out laughing, but they were giving it to me, eh?
Where was he being honest? Like you really couldn't go, or he was just
No,
giving you
they
the
were
gears
playing me.
about it?
They were playing me because he was telling everybody the story. And I went in and I said, I'm not sorry one bit. And I couldn't care less. And I didn't. And I said, I'd do
That's
it
so
all over
awesome.
again.
I love it.
Hey, I always ask guys who have been there for freaking cups and stuff. Did you get your one day with it?
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
you do?
So when I got my one day with it, I originally wanted to bring it back to Leamington, where I started my youth hockey at the old arena, but they tore it down.
Oh yeah.
So I brought it to the Essex Legion, and did it there. It's the first time that I think ever in Canada that the Stanley Cup has been at a Legion,
Oh,
wow.
nice.
as far as I know.
201.
Time 2012, 2006.
How was
So we
that
did it,
run?
and we packed the place.
Oh
You know.
my God.
So it was good. We raised money for the new arena in Essex, and we give money to the Legion. So that was good. It was awesome. And
Mhm.
all the Legionnaires that were there were invited. They could come free of charge. Anybody that was a Second World War, those
Yeah.
guys deserve it.
member.
Anybody that fought in the war could go, no charge.
Mhm.
That's a great Legion too.
It
Love
is.
that
It's
place.
Kinger does a great job there.
He sure does.
No, he's a Buffalo fan. I don't know. No problem.
Oh, and I got to give a big shout out to Bob Murray for hooking us up with you.
Oh
that
yeah.
guy, he's such a beauty. Like
Mhm.
he's
Did he tell you-
the
did he tell you I
OHL
hired him at
guru.
Holloway?
What's that?
Did he tell you I hired him at Holloway?
Yeah, he said you worked there. I don't know if I can't remember if he said that but didn't you get Godden a job at Otto Holloway too?
Ernie, I tried to get Ernie to come over and work there, but he ended up going to Cassins
Oh,
and worked there. Yeah, I got Bobby Chittle. I mean, I had half the Spitfires working there. I had so many guys working there. Don McDermott, I hired him. And Tom May was my boss, so I'd always go to Tom and ask Tom, we can hire this guy, that guy. And, Tom was always pretty good. He said, yeah, no problem.
my grandpa was a truck driver there too. Peg's husband way back when. He passed away before I was right around 7. So yeah, quite a few years ago.
Yeah, I started there. I started there in 78, working in the yard.
Yeah, he was gone before then.
I came, then I became a supervisor. Tom wanted to make me a supervisor about 8 months in, and I said no. I said I want to spend a year in the yard. I want to learn more stuff what's going on in the yard. So that was a year, and then I became a supervisor, and I left in '93 to go to Hartford.
That's crazy how much time you spent in hockey.
Well,
Yeah,
this has been awesome, Wally, and I really hope that we can get you back because I have so many questions for you, but we don't want to keep you too much longer.
well, the problem is we're all over the board. I mean, there's so many things to talk about.
Oh yeah. But next time we'll try and go your hockey career to how you got into training to, you know what I mean, getting into the Spitfires and then working through the Rutherfords, and because we went from Master Nardies to
Everybody
your
keep
hockey
up,
blade
keep up.
to your freaking TV commercials to no, but I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute of
the
it.
thing is, if you want to get better, then come and talk to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, I've done so much research over the years, played the game myself, so I know what it's like. So when
Right.
somebody tells me something, it clicks right away.
Yeah.
Because I had the same feeling.
Yep.
And didn't know what to do about it. And that's why I have numbers of NHL equipment managers calling me all the time, asking me questions.
And it's so awesome, right? Because you've been around it so long that you know what is going to make a hockey player better or make it better, easier for the trainers and stuff to do their job more efficiently, right?
Well, that's the bottom line, I mean, the game is excelled. I mean, got to remember one thing too, is that in the last 20 years, the technology is so advanced. Okay. It's just gone cuckoo.
Right.
I mean, let's look at 83. I could tell you a story in 83 about phones. Okay. I mean, the big phone, the first phone I had, this big.
Yeah.
Carried it in the truck when I went over to Detroit. You know, they're calling me. I mean, the guy goes up. I'll never forget the one time I working at Plant 3. So we catch two VIN numbers, the same VIN number we catch twice, double VINs within 3 months. And I said, how the heck can this happen? So I go up to the framing line, I walk upstairs, and I go to the guy's desk and I said, listen, I thought you had this big computer that's like a block long. What is going on? He said, it's only as good as the person that's implementing the numbers. Well, what good is that then? He said, well, we're not there yet. I said, not there yet. I said, so you're telling me manual setup is better. So he said, well, you know what? He said, 5 to 10 years, you'll be walking around with a phone and a little notebook in your hand looking at stuff. I said, are you fucking crazy? Well, guess what?
Here we are.
I'm the crazy guy.
Yeah, but you needed a backpack and a battery pack for that.
God, yeah. I mean,
It's like a
and
big
it's just-
walkie-talkie.
and it's, you know, and you know yourself that it's Excel. Why do you have that Toronto Maple Leaf crest upside down?
Oh, Rob, fill them in, Rob.
Well, because you know how in the wars, countries in distress, they would take the flag and flip it upside down. Well, my Maple Leafs are still in distress. They
Now,
can't
they've
get
been just in 67.
when they get out of the first round, I'll flip that over.
Darren
I'll flip
McCarty
it back
fucking
over.
gives it to him too.
Yeah, Darren McCarty gives it to me all the
gives it
time
to
about
Rob.
it.
I
He's
love
a
it.
great, he's a good guy.
He's a great guy. Leamington boy. Your neck of the
Yeah,
woods.
I know him
Oh.
very well.
But you know what I would like to see Leamington do? I'd like to see those Masternardies get involved in that Leamington hockey program. You know, like they need to do something there, like because they're not putting asses in the seats. Like I Essex 73s are putting way more people in the seats. And Dale Mitchell, he just won coach of the year there, you know, like so they got a good product going.
But here's the thing is that the minor hockey program has gone downhill
Mhm.
in Leamington area.
Yeah.
You know, Wheatley's picked it up. Essex, I don't know where Harrow is. these days,
Kingsville.
You know, so I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, you know, and it's all about the youth if they want to get involved. And just remember one thing, hockey's not a cheap sport.
No. But you get those
But-
Masternardies involved and it could be cheaper.
Well,
But-
it could be, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. You know, that's why when I was in Essex, I got lacrosse going. I started lacrosse in Essex. My two boys, I used to take them to Windsor all the time, and we were on the way back one time, and I was always in lacrosse with the Warlocks for years. Won a couple, 2 or 3 Ontario's Canadian championship. And my oldest son said to me, he says, why don't you start lacrosse? I said, oh, Shane, I says, oh my God, I says, that's a lot of work. I said, I'm going crazy now. He says, well, kids will play. We have a lot of kids. So I said, okay. So we did. So I went to work putting everything together. Got a bunch of people to stand behind. We registered for a nonprofit organization and I went to work. Then I went and started at all the hockey games, all minor hockey. I started out handing leaflets. I give one to every player.
Mhm.
Well, at the end of signing up, I think I had close to 200 and some kids. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Well, there's so many video games and shit to sit in front of the TV now with. It's a matter of parents kicking them outside, right?
Well, you
But-
know what? You know, the thing is that's a cheap sport. And the Martinells were great. They all came and helped me out. Mito, Ronnie, Terry. I mean, all of them. I mean, they're great people. And you know, it'll take off if you have people that want to contribute to it. You know, I mean,
Right. You got to push the product, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Also,
and the
too,
same
Rob,
is saying in minor hockey. If you don't have the sign up, it's no good. I don't know what the sign ups are, but they tell me it's not good.
No, it's not. And
Leamington-
it's
It's a
Dude.
sad situation.
the Leamington Flyers also too. They only have one kid from Leamington on the roster,
right.
so that could also be why they're not getting like Essex. We have a bunch of guys that are from town or
Right.
from Essex, Woodsley, Maidstone, or whatever that
Yeah,
are
but here,
playing here, right?
I understand what you're saying is, but you got to remember one thing. If you can get a better player to make your team better, you can't take a hometown kid. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
you know, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Junior C is a little different. You can take all your hometown kids, but when you get to junior B and you're playing Chatham and you're playing
Yeah.
London, you know, you got to look that you're playing
They got
LaSalle.
a big, yeah.
You know that, you know, and then what do you got? The Canadians. The Canadians got a team.
Junior C.
Yeah, they're
Bell
junior
River?
C. Yeah, they're junior C.
Junior C. Okay, so
But the Montreal Canadiens made a big stink because they were the Bell River Canadians, and now they're called the South Point.
they made us think about that.
Yep. That was a while back. Now that they're South
I
Point.
started that team.
Which
I
are
got 'em.
Lakeshore?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Or
Or-
sorry, they're the Lakeshore.
Yeah, and now they're Lakeshore Canadians.
yeah.
Are they, is
No,
it-
I
yeah.
started when they Bell River Canadians. We put out, and I had what the heck's Mike? Oh, jeez, I can't think of Mike's last name now, but it's Wally Sadler, Mike Sadler. So, anyways, I had the canvas go around. Everybody knows me, and I wanted to get Bell River, and so it was Bill Dunning, Doc Sinclair, myself, and another guy from the credit union. I can't think of his name. It was four of us. Started that. And I got the franchise, okay? And we started building up. And because it's good. It's good to have a junior C team. You know, it was Leamington. I don't know if Amherstburg was in it then.
Amherstburg had a team forever though.
Yeah,
Vikings.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
You know,
The
so many.
Vikings.
Yeah. My
But,
Uncle
you know, I
Barry
mean-
played there.
I mean, you know, I have, any kid that's playing in Leamington, if they're good enough to play, they could play.
Right.
There's only one. I know they got a couple, 15 or 16-year-olds, 16-year-olds on that team.
But like when I was talking to Dale Mitchell about it, I was saying, like, you know, if the Masternardis or, you know, there's a lot of rich people out there, and if they all like kind of plugged into the program, you could start them out as a younger group and grow it up through, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
As long as
the-
you have the sign up, that's the
right.
key.
You have to have your own,
Exactly.
they could be, you could have your own affiliate with your minor system, right?
Yeah,
You know,
well,
like,
I know. I agree with you.
but
I
but
agree.
if the money's too expensive and they got that great big freaking ice, you know what I mean? They should
Olympic
go back
size,
to a
isn't it?
smaller ice surface. Like that thing is huge.
Yeah, no, they got a nice rink. They got a double rink,
Yeah. Yeah.
the Shirk Center, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's Pat Ribble, he's out there. I mean, a lot of guys, you know, a lot of people don't want to get involved anymore. It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
The same people always get involved.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Agreed.
And that's some of the problems you have, you know, like, you know, I can remember when Ribble, I signed Ribble to his Oshawa contract. I went down, talked to Rib, his mom and dad were sitting there, and I says, I had a junior A contract. Gus Bonner called me. Says, well, we want to sign this kid, have him come to camp. I said, I don't know. He's a hometown boy. He may not want to go. He's good enough to play, I think, anyways, because I had him in the Spits, eh?
Right.
Played for us with the Spits. And then had Riley, Ribble. I think they played roller hockey with us. We had roller hockey way back then in the 70s. I mean, went down and talked to him, got him to sign. I'm on Facebook with him, you know, I text him and this.
Yeah.
I give it to him. The good thing that I got you to sign that contract. You would have made all that money.
That's funny.
But he's a good guy. You know, I
Yeah.
used to see him when he came into Detroit all the time. Eh? So when he played in Atlanta. And so, but anyways, it's good. Hockey's been a good life for me. I have no complaints. I met a lot of great people, and no regrets. And I can't tell every story. Let me tell you.
So before we go though, real quick, what are you doing now? Like, what's life like after hockey now for you?
Well, I'm still involved.
No, I know, but you're not like. Are you still
I'm not
like
behind the
traveling?
bench anymore.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No.
Like, so
Well,
what's life now like?
We have a pro shop in Raleigh.
Oh, okay.
And it's called PSP Pro Services. So we have that. Andy's my partner. He runs it. I just sit back. We sell a lot of our product out of the store, what we can. We do a lot of balancing. We do a lot of everything. We have 6 industrial sewing machines. We got so much stuff. But I'm talking to the equipment guys all the time they'll send me runners in. I'll balance them all out, send them back already. I'm the first guy to put 4 lines on put a center line on a skate. I do 4 lines. I etch your name on it. I put what system you have on it. Whatever it is, I'll put on it. I'll put your team logo on it. I'll put your name on it, and I send it out to you.
Jesus.
10, 12 at a time.
My God.
23 players, 230 sets.
Can you send me a blade with your autograph so I can put it up here?
Yeah, no problem.
I'll do that.
Be an invoice attached to it.
I love it. I love it. I'm definitely gonna go see. It's your son, though, right? You said has.
Yes,
the
I'll
skate shop?
text you his.
Yeah, for sure. I'll go see him.
Yeah, Shane, I'll text you all the info over. I mean, he's the best skate sharpener around as far as I'm concerned. Not just because he's my son, because listen, every time he sharpens a pair of skates, I check it, and if it's not good, let me tell you. I haven't found one yet that isn't good. And he knows better.
I'm definitely gonna go see him. Rob, do you have anything else you want to ask him before we go? Or
I just want one story about Scott Miller. Give me one story about Scoot.
The one story about Scott is so we're going down. I think we're heading to Guelph. I'm thinking 74, 75. I think
He was there.
Jimmy Butcher was coaching. I think Max was coaching then, and then Jim was Butcher come afterwards. I can't remember. Anyways, we're on our way to Guelph. I'm pretty sure it's Guelph. We're going to play Guelph, and we had to stop. And we stopped and got buckets of chicken. Okay, so we're going down the highway, and I'm driving. Like at the time, we had a United Trails MC9 or MC8 Scenic Cruise, right? 45 seats, toilet in the back. So we got all the players, and Jimmy sits up at the front with me, and I'm driving. And I had my license at the time. That's what I did, to make extra money. It was tough back in those days making extra money. Yeah, you had to do everything. Shit, I was doing the medical, sharpening the skates, and driving the bus. I think back now, I said, how the hell I do it all? I mean, I don't know. I just shake my head. Unbelievable. So Scott Miller's in the back there, and I'm saying, Scotty, hand me a chicken leg, will you? Boom, right off the top of the windshield, the front windshield, and it's the bone. And he's bouncing them off the here you go. And all the boys are just laughing, and I can't do nothing because I'm driving away.
Well, when I pull this bus over,
Yeah.
You're gonna be like the Russian
They
guy.
ended up getting me some chicken, but there's no problem. But it's
that's
just the way
funny.
they are.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Scotty was a great guy to be with. I mean, he was good.
Yeah,
Never
he's got a
complained
record or two in Windsor, right?
Yeah.
All right, Wally, we really appreciate you
this
coming
is
on the
great.
show. This has been awesome. I'm so excited to hear that we got you, and I really hope you come back on the show because, like I said, I have a dozen more questions in my phone book here.
Yeah, no problem.
So
Not a problem.
Yeah,
Let me
well,
know.
you are welcome here anytime, my friend.
Okay.
Anytime. But all right, Wally, thank you so much, buddy.
Okay, take
Yeah.
care.
Best of luck.
Okay, bye.
And there he was, folks. Wally Tatomir. Dude, I can't believe he was there for that Canada fucking Russia.
He like punching people.
No shit.
David Branch, fuck him too.
Don't mess with Wally. He's got a
Yeah.
fucking left hook, I guess. So
Yeah.
but thank you, Wally.
He's an
Wally's
onion
a
eater.
beauty. Yeah.
He's an
Yeah.
onion eater.
Don't bet him to eat onions either. You'll lose.
He's not as soft as puppy dog ears.
No, he's not. Not in the slightest. So big shout out to Wally. Thanks, buddy. You're, like I said, you're welcome on the show anytime, my friend. So
Oh, he's coming back.
oh yeah, when we're gonna dig with him. We're gonna fucking get some stories out of the vault on fucking Mr. Wally there. So so stay tuned for that.
Well, he's the Catamir's the like basically the babe that of baseball. You know what I mean? When it comes to, he built the Windsor Spitfire Arena.
I know, it's
basically.
crazy.
He was there the whole time. 71 when they started, and yeah.
Attaboy, Wally. So big shout out to Wally. Rob, what were you saying about the Canadian World Juniors?
So there was an incident 2018 where
There was a sexual assault incident, right?
right.
Okay.
And there was 8 guys involved and 1 girl.
Not good.
And nope. And there was an accusation that Team Canada used taxpayers' money to pay the girl $3.55 million,
Ooh.
which they're saying wasn't true. So there's supposed to be whether there's going to be a hearing, because everybody says that there's obviously a money trail, right? So they're going to know where the money came from, but they were accused of taking taxpayers' money from the government to
Not good.
pay this off, right?
Not good.
So yeah.
Fucking guys. Yeah, I haven't heard anything on that. So that's why I asked, because we were kind of talking about it. Like off air, right?
But when you settle out of court for 3.55, like holy moly, like something must have happened.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I know they were asking a couple of the guys that played in the NHL now that they think were there around that time, and a lot of them are like, I don't know what the hell is going on. So
boys,
we'll see.
Keep your dicks in your pants. Like holy moly, like fuck.
Agreed. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll follow along with it. You also
no charges. This is what I don't get. There's no charges to any of these kids.
Yeah.
So this is where I have the problem.
Yeah, they haven't released any names or anything either.
No, there's been no actual charges brought up. So this is what I don't understand. Like I may sound, I don't know, sexist or something, but that girl gets assaulted and you're okay with $3.55 million and nobody goes to jail.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Am I wrong?
No.
Like,
I
we'll
would
have to get Drew to take a listen to this and make sure that
no,
hey,
I
check
would
check that time.
No, but if anything ever happened to me, I would want something done about it.
Yeah, somebody's going to jail. Like, think about that. If it was my daughter and this happened to, every one of those pricks would be dead.
Well, yeah. And I have 2 daughters too. So I would, I'd be like, hey, fucking.
Yeah. No, I'll be okay with $3.55 million, but because my daughter's going to need rehab and.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like I said, we'll have to just like keep our eye out for anything further with it, but we'll check it out. In the meantime, Kadri, you said he got hurt, right?
On a hit on Connor McDavid.
Okay, I didn't see the hit.
It's so hard to tell. Like, so Kadri's reaching around McDavid, not for a handy, but just to pop the puck off the boards, but he kind of gives him a shove at the same time. And McDavid's like maybe I'll say 3 feet away from the boards, and he kind of goes in like head, shoulder, boards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and when Kadri falls, he falls with McDavid, but ends up like either jamming his thumb, breaking his thumb because he's out, right? So, or his wrist. Something bad happened to him, but McDavid pounced up right away and jumped on Kadri and started wailing on him. And then, you know, like there's the kerfuffle and whatever. But you know, like a vintage Kadri. Like I'd take him right back on Toronto in a heartbeat. I would.
After all that, take him right back on Toronto.
Yep. Run Bennington, fucking like, let's go.
Whatever you
let's
want.
go. Let's go. It's a playoff.
That's funny though. Yeah, I didn't see the hit. So.
I forgot. So did you see who's the defenseman for the Rangers? He's a big hitter. Is it Trouba?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you see the hit he put on Corey Perry?
I did see that. Yeah.
He's and they're like, that should have been interference. But when you watch, Corey Perry's just starting to look for the puck, and Trouba's coming, and the puck goes between Corey Perry's feet and his stick.
Yeah.
And Trouba just explodes him. And how many times has Corey Perry done that shit to people? Sooner or later, this is going to happen to Kadri too.
Oh, yeah. Someone will catch him.
They're going to find a dirty motherfucker just like Kadri.
Yeah.
But like, I'll sign them both. I'll sign Trouba, I'll sign Corey Perry, and I'll sign Kadri.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's like fucking, I know. I love seeing guys step up and hit like that. Dude,
because they say he's not supposed to be there. Like in all reality, he's supposed to be backing up.
Yeah, but do you think he was licking his chops, fucking watching?
Oh, 100%. Like, and it was the cleanest hit. Like he
shoulder
basically
to chest.
It was his head right into his chest, and
it was
Perry went down. Perry popped up right away, like, and good on him.
Yeah,
you know. But I totally forgot about that just till right now when I was just like. And the announcers are, I want to say, I don't know if I was listening to the ESPN feed and it was from Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh my God, that was so illegal. He wasn't ready for that. Well, no, that's when you get to yard sale somebody.
Yeah.
When they're not ready for it.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Fuck.
But cleanest hit.
Yeah. It was fucking textbook, man. Yeah. Textbook hit. It was nice. No better guy, too. So, Buffalo Sabres are now going to be retiring Ryan Miller's number. I think it's number 30. Number 30, right?
Awesome.
What a career that guy had. I don't think he ever won the cup, though, did he?
No.
And the
he should have Lucic freaking hoist the freaking banner, right?
Oh my!
When he freaking yard sale,
that was nuts.
Miller.
And then, did you hear what he said in the media after?
I didn't mean
that
it.
Hit. He said something about, I just want to let everybody know what a hunk of shit Lucic is.
Yeah. I was talking about Lucic. Lucic was like, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. you totally did. Bro,
the guy's
they can slow down the camera, right?
Yeah. He's like looking right at him.
You see his tongue licking his eyebrows up one side, down the other. He looked like he had such a smile on his face. It was like, when they bring out the cake for the kid and he's just like, cake smile.
Yeah.
Cake smile.
Ours is beer smile.
Yeah. Wow. Anything. Caesars. Let's go. No, but I love cake. Cake and ice cream. Oh, I got that smile too.
Who doesn't? Stamkos Lafreniere.
Throwing the Dukes. Good on Lafreniere.
And you're telling me
that fight was with Lafreniere punching.
Listen now you're telling me that Johnny T couldn't fight there?
I don't want Johnny T to fight. That's
not
my team. I don't care. It's not the playoffs. It's the playoffs. Totally fucking different. And you can't fucking say it isn't.
Drop him, baby.
Not care. Drop him. It's a playoffs.
I would have liked him 10 times more if he dropped him there.
It's not going to happen.
Yes.
He's had one fight.
I know.
You can bring that up as much as you fucking want.
I'm
But
just
if he
saying,
doesn't drop, I would be pissed if it was in the playoffs.
if
he didn't drop the
Stamkos can
gloves
do it, Johnny T can do it.
in the playoffs. But you got to get past the first round.
He's fighting the first round. Fuck it.
Right. But it was what, 4 games before the fucking playoffs? No, I don't need Johnny T with another concussion.
The only thing that made me think that is because they were playing the Lightning that game. So it was like, oh, you guys are probably matching up in the playoffs. So I'm like, no better way. But I see what you're saying though. Honestly, I do. But I just think if Stamkos can do it, Johnny T can do it.
Yep. Put me in that next round. And if he doesn't fucking do it,
I was like, I'm fighting him.
I'm done
What
with
did
the
you
Leafs.
So
I'll
what did
fight
you
him. Yeah, I'll fight him.
what did you think of those guys scrap though, Stamkos and Lafreniere?
Oh, it was a fucking
I was gonna say it was brief.
I've seen girls hit harder.
Well, Stammer seemed like he was hucking bombs, but
yeah, but the best shot in that was Lafreniere punching Stamkos in the face with his glove on.
I know.
That's probably the smartest play in hockey.
That hurts too, man.
Why not? Why would you want to break a hand?
If you get punched in the face with a glove on, it fucking hurts.
Oh, that's like crazy. It's all got all that shirt, rough shit on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Brutal.
And you don't hurt your hand when you punch you in the face with a helmet.
No. Brutal. So, do you have anything else you want to talk about, or if we go to Beauty of the Week? What do you think?
No, I'm good to go.
Okay, Rob, who is your Beauty of the Week?
I'm going to say the whole Tampa Bay Lightning team. Oh, no. I'm going to go with the Spitfires. Fuck that.
Spitz? That's a good one. Go
Savard.
Spitz.
I'll nail it down to one person. Savard.
Yeah.
Savard getting the Spitfires to the Memorial Cup or to the Game 7.
Yeah. Game 7 OHL final.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
And you can't forget the general manager there,
Bill Bowler.
Billy Bowler,
Mm-hmm.
guest of the show.
Total beaut.
Yeah. Great job all around.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the big rig just because it's been he's been a part of, like, I think it's 19 straight series wins he's been a part of.
Fucking beauty.
So how do you say no to the big rig? And now he's out there fucking battling for his fucking 4th straight Stanley Cup. So how is he not the beauty of the week this week? So Patty Maroon, it's you, my friend. So that being said, we're all done here. The boys are all good to go. Until next week, Aunt Rob, we're signing off. We're out of here. See ya.
Stay hydrated, everybody. Peace.